What are AI agents? It's a piece of software, but what it contains. You might have used LLM and you might have called ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude and got the response. You might say, wow, you gave a query and it returns an answer. But agent is not this. Agent is much more. Before going to the agent definition, I will talk to what are the limitations in LLMs. The limitation is one, and it's very important. These are the models which are trained once with the data collected from different sources, properly created those data, cleaned that data, and after that is trained. But there will always be a date by which that data is collected because there is so much of data which is getting generated on day by day. Different news, different articles, different things are changing around the world. So there is a specific cutoff date that is called, and it uses the data till that particular date. And after that date, a model is trained, it becomes to the production, and that model is used in the production for long. So you are seeing one gap here, right? The knowledge cutoff for that particular model is having a specific date. But what about if you're asking very latest information? Then it can't solve, right? But the beauty of the language model is it understands the language. So take it as a engine or a brain of understanding the language. But what if I say that extra knowledge which is required can bring it from other sources? And for now, consider those sources just an API call. If it needs a data for, let's say, yesterday's or tomorrow's or today's basically news, then it can fetch the data from Google or any other API, and that can be answered, right? So here LLM is acting as a brain and it is providing some other data. By the way, this data can be a sum of capability. Capability consider you need to know the temperature in Delhi. Then in that case, there is no news because temperature is changing at every minute. You need the data of that current moment. So there can be an API which returns the current, the specific date, time, temperature. If that is also provided to the LLM or the brain, then it is start acting as an agent. So agent is something which use language model but use external tools. So here I am using the word tools, and tools is a generic word. You can use APIs, you can use some other capabilities. We will talk about when we talk about the tool. But for now, consider LLM as a brain and these different tools which can be attached to the LLM. And LLM can decide which particular tool it has to call and when to call. Then this system becomes AI agent, right? Here you are not making one call to the LLM and getting a response, but you are making one call. It is using those tools based on their requirement, based on when to call. Not once, it can be called in cycle and iteration. Then this become a agent. So I hope you got the understanding of full agent, how it works. We will decipher these terms in next videos. So let's move to the next videos.